Hello guys, welcome to the JSS channel. In today's video, we are going to be talking about this bull market scalping strategy. Okay, so I've already tested this strategy, and based on my own view on this strategy, you can catch 30 to 50 candles using this strategy. Okay, and most of the time, the trade you took you might see some small spike. Okay, and that spike does not going to stop you out, or it does not going to put you in drawdown. Okay, so if you are new to the channel, don't forget to subscribe, like, and turn on post notification anytime we post new strategy. You guys will be aware. Okay, so let's proceed with the strategy. So what we want to do is just to talk about the settings of the strategy, then we dive into how you can use the strategy. Okay, so let's quickly jump into the settings. Now, to set everything up, we just have to head into our indicator window. So this all indicator we are going to be using for this strategy. We have the ADX, Ichimoku, and the moving average. So let's add it up one after the other. And the fourth indicator is the ADX. So how do we add this up? Click on this F icon at the top. So search for our ADX and click on it. Now for the ADX, the period is 70. Now the levels is 9 and 33, which and 93, which you can see right here. So we need the steady style as a background color. Then the minus D1 and the plus D1, we use any color of our choice and click on save. Then we have the ADX in our chart. Now to the next indicator, which is Ichimoku. So how do we add this up? We click on this F icon now, indicator window 1. We search for Ichimoku and click on it. Now for the Ichimoku, the Tekishin is 5, the Kijushin is 3, the Spambi is 20, and we only need the up Kumo color. Okay, up Kumo color. The remaining, set it as a background color and click on save. Okay, so go back, and for the last indicator, which is the moving average, how do we add this up? You click on this F icon again. We search for moving average and click on it. Now for the moving average, the period is 20, shift is 0, method is simple, apply to previous indicators data. Now for the style, you then call your choice and click on save. Then you have all the settings you are going to be using for the strategy. Okay, so let's talk about how you can now use the strategy. Okay, so like I said earlier, most of the time there will be some spike that is going to show up when you take a trade, but not every time the spike is going to show. Sometimes you might see a clean trade like this one I'm seeing right here. Okay, so how do you use this strategy? First thing you want to make sure you see is that you want to see where there's a lot of spike in the market. Okay, I'm talking about you are seeing multiple spike, which you can see right here. This is not just 2-3 spike, this is a lot of spike from the price right here. So after you see this, then that is when you are now going to be looking for a sell entries. Okay, because sometimes the uh the scalping lies on the spike. Okay, so the more the price give you a spike, the more the entry is going to be valid. Okay, so you can see this 3 spike right here. You can see that this spike right here does not show any sign of a candle. It's just a straight up spike. Okay, so that is what gives us more confidence that this trade is going to go in our way. Now after we see that, then we look into our main chart. Now what are we doing after we look into our indicator window 1? Now what do we want to see in our indicator window 1? We want to see that the Ichimoku has to cross above the ADX line, which happens right here. It cross above the ADX line, which means that it has to move outside this yellow line you are seeing right here. It has to move outside of it. Now, when you move outside of it, then we want it to come back inside. Okay, so when you come back inside, then we want to see it break below the moving average. Okay, so it has to break below the moving average and also break below the ADX line, which happens right at this spot. You can see it more clearly, which happens right here. So after we see this, then that is when we are not going to be looking for a trade. Okay, now this is the area, this is where everything happens. This is the candle that was responsible. This is all the candle that was responsible for everything. Talking about, let me zoom so you guys can see it more clearly. Okay, so this is where the crosses happens. This is where the cross happens. Okay, so this is where the cross happens. Now talking about candle that was responsible for the crosses, we are talking about this 4 candle right here. Okay, so this is the candle we are talking about. Now once we see this, then we are now going to be looking to take our entry right at the area that I just marked out. Okay, I'm talking about all these candles from here. Okay, now we take our entries and then we catch our 50 candles and then we close our positions. Okay, so you just have to be greedy with this strategy. Take your 50 candles and then you close your positions. Okay, so let me give you guys another example. I'm going to do that on crash indices. Okay, so let's go to crash 500 to look for more trading opportunity. Okay, so This is another trade right here. This is what I'm talking about. I'm going to show you guys when I'm talking about the price move. Okay, so let's look for a clean. I want to use a clean trade as an example for you guys. Okay, now remember, on boom, sometimes it might happen that the price might just move outside the ADX, and sometimes it might just touch the ADX and start moving like this area right here. Okay, so we can see that the Ichimoku touch the ADX. It touch, not cross. It touch the ADX, and after it touch the ADX, you can see that it start is then it cross above the moving average, which happens right here as well. After we see the crosses, then you can see that the price start moving to the top side, which is very sweet and a clean trade. Okay, so on crash we are going to just see the touches, which you can see right here. We're already seeing the touches. Okay, and on boom we're going to be seeing the where it's going to be move outside of it. Okay, so let's use this area as an example. Okay, so first thing we want to see in the price move is that we want to see that the price the price create a lot of candles. Okay, a lot of spike, I mean a lot of spike, which happens right here. So you have to consider this. Now. What gives us more confidence about this trade is that you can see where the price creates some spike that don't have any candles, which is this spike right here. It creates a spike that don't have any candles. Okay, this thing, when you see this thing in the price, that gives you more confidence. Now just have to wait for your entries. And what is your entries? You also want to see that either a touch or break below the ADX. Okay, when you see that, then the next thing you want to see is the cross happens between the moving average and the Ichimoku. When it happens, then that is when I'm not going to be looking for a trade. Now you can see what I'm saying right here, that we might see some spike, but it does not going to come to your entry or stop you out. Okay, so that is what you have to keep in mind, and that is how the strategy really works. Okay, if you want to be helpful, make sure to subscribe, like, and turn on post notification. Anytime we post new strategy, you guys will be aware. Thank you guys. I will see you in the next video. Bye.